I have a classy looking Timex and you won't believe its price. The Timex E-Class is more like the Mercedes E-Class when it comes to Timex watches. Let's start with the specifications of this watch. The Timex E-Class is a stainless steel watch with a 44mm dial, an open work skeletal design, an open case back as well, with 50 meters of water resistance. It is also an automatic self-winding watch. The information in the Timex website is not right, so Timex, please make sure that you give proper information to the public. This watch was heavily inspired by the Raymond wheel Maestro skeleton, which is now discontinued. This watch added some flair of Timex to differentiate it from its original. Talking about the design, it has a round dial with gold colored stainless steel to its case and crown. The crown is also a fluted crown, and you have the open case back which shows you the Japanese Miyota movement with the rotor wheel as well, and all the specifications of the watch. When going into detail about the design, this watch is very similar to its original or to its inspiration. It has a Roman numeral design to it, which we have not seen recently in many watches, but it is a welcoming thing. At the 3 o'clock position, you have the Timex logo, and you have an inner circle as well, which is of minor indices like the seconds indices, which has 2 screws which combine the dial with the movement. The indices and the minor indices are of black color, which is more visible during any light conditions, whereas the markers of the seconds hand are of gold color, which is blending into the whole movement of this watch. And you can see the parts of the movement through the face of the watch, and it is also of gold colors. It's all looking in a very uniform pattern. And you go to the case back, you can see the rotor and balance wheel, and there's the other outer side of the watch is more of stainless steel, so there's no much differentiation in it, and also has a genuine leather strap, which I'll come back to later. If you like the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I do everything related to watches and watches only. And thanks to Ratsan Watch Company for sponsoring this video. More on them in the description. When it comes to skeletal watches, there are no lume at all. So this watch is the same. There is no lume whatsoever. And you can actually see the time in almost all light conditions because of the spherical dome of this watch. But under pitch darkness, you cannot. And the indices being black color, it makes it even more difficult. You don't mind all of that. It's not a problem because all the best watches do the same thing. Adding lume is not part of their game. This has a genuine black leather strap with a normal buckle. So what happens to this kind of leather straps that more you use the strap, it gets bent. This happens in almost all the leather strap watches, but it can get a little bit flimsy after some time, maybe after a year or 2 use. So you'll have to change the strap after some time. And you don't have the option to actually add a metal strap, and it will just ruin the aesthetic of the watch. So staying with the leather strap is much easier. You can change colors if you want to, but you cannot go for a steel strap. The overall design of this watch is very classy and I'm impressed by it. Even though keeping the Raymond wheel apart, seeing this as a different watch, it is actually a very good watch. And the price factor is also really compelling, which makes you want to buy this watch even more. When talking about the price of this watch, it's priced at 12,995, which is the MRP. Right now, there's a sale going on in Timex, but you cannot get this exact watch. If you had got it, you would have got it at 50% off at 6,400. But you have a different version of this available, and you can go check Ratsan Watch Company as well. They do have this model and you can get it at a very discounted price. So now is the time if you want to get one of these watches. So please do hurry. There's one thing I need to mention. This watch is completely see-through. In this case, if you're wearing this watch, you can see your hair as well as your skin. Some people might not like it, so I'm just putting this forward. My final thoughts on this watch is that it is a really classy looking watch. For getting a discounted price is much more value for money. But if you're a person who doesn't like wrist watches as such, I don't think so it's going to cut the chase. And it is a 44mm watch, which is quite big for people with wrist size of 6 inches and less. So my final verdict about this watch is, it's a really good watch, and if you're looking for a skeletal design and don't want to pay more, this is a very reputable brand you can invest in. There are more fashion brands out out there which do more skeletal designs at a cheaper price or expensive price. But this is a more reputable company which is also made in India, so it is much more reliable. The service is also really good if you take Timex as such. So these are my honest thoughts on the Timex E-Class. Unfortunately, this exact model is sold out in the Timex website, but you can get one from Rajasthan Watch Company. So please do check them out, and I'll see you next week with another exciting watch. Until then, peace out.